R&B Money. We up. Thanks. J Valentine. We are the authorities on all things R&B.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
This is the R&B Money podcast, the authority on all things R&B. When you do music, you need a place to go.
Yes, you do.
You know, you need a venue. You need proper venue. You need proper promotions. You need proper promoters. You need your money on time.
You definitely need your money on time.
You need proper people in place to make sure that there are platforms in place for you to go and the people to go to celebrate you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and that's what this man has provided for 20 plus years. And we're about to get into the magic of how he's doing it and how he continues to do it. Doo-Wop living all. Give it up for Mike Gardner in the building.
Yeah.
That's an amazing intro. That was an amazing intro.
Come on, man.
I've been looking forward to this one. That was an amazing intro. I like that, Jake. Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all.
How can we have the R&B Money podcast and not have Mike? That don't even make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Oh, we do too many good things
This guy
together.
has just been a fabric in everyone's lives in this music business.
Listen,
yes.
Some of the greatest nights of my life. You know, some nights that ended with, you know, everyone knows this conversation if you're in a relationship. Mm-hmm. What happened to you last night?
Right.
I don't know.
I was at LIV.
I was at LIV. And that's the last thing I remember.
Party of bachelor party was at LIV.
Yeah.
How about that? How about that?
Oh, I mean,
I got a
like,
funny story about that too.
I've been, I don't think you understand. Like, you know, we're family now, but I don't think you understand the lengths that I would go to get here on a Sunday. Like it was
yeah, Tank, the event ain't till like Wednesday. Yeah, but I want to go in a few days early.
So you want to be there on Sunday for the event this Wednesday? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Like it's I mean, and you've been doing that, I mean, what do you say, 15 years?
15 years.
Wow.
15 years.
15 successful years.
I like that.
Because that's different, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, of course there are highs and lows to everything, right? And I think there are levels to the highs and lows. Sometimes when those lows get really low, you can't
get into LIV.
That's
when you know the lows is low.
The lows is really low. You know what I'm saying? It's like you used to get in for the loves. Like, I'm gonna need that 200 from you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like but it's never been like maybe what you consider a low is different than what we consider a low, since you know you're dealing with the full scope of the thing. But every time I go to LIV and look at it, and I'm standing in this room, the energy is everything that it's supposed to be.
Right.
Absolutely.
No, it definitely has its lows. Like, because for 15 years, nothing is consistent for 15 years. But you're right, the low may be different for y'all. It's and for me, it's a little different. It could be the amount of money we making. It could be just the joy that people have when they come in that party, especially if they not consistently coming, because they can come maybe twice a year, because we get so many tourists coming to LIV, man. So it's not like a consistent crowd. And so, you know, you may get someone that come there maybe twice a year and it's popping those 2 times they come. So in their mind, this shit is always
the greatest
popping.
party
It's
ever.
always popping. It's the greatest party ever. But,
Right.
you know, to be honest, we have our moments where it's not as popping.
Okay.
It's just that the people don't see it.
Yeah. The wrong artist was booked.
Yeah.
Or there wasn't an artist. And it just, you know, because now the people have come, they so used to seeing someone there. Now it's one of those situations like, who's there? And that's not really what I like. As the promoter, I want it to be about the party. It's not about who's going to be there. And once upon a time, it was like that, where they was coming to LIV on Sunday because of LIV on Sunday, because they didn't know who was going to be there
Gotcha.
and who was going to get up on that stage.
Yeah.
I think that's where we reeled you in.
Man, what?
We got Tank in the building.
So like I definitely want to continue to expound on it because I think what you've done with this is legendary, completely legendary. Is there a backstory to even how you get into this space? Like going back to the beginning, to your hometown and being like, I want to be the curator of legendary musical moments.
Yeah, basketball Mike.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, it's not.
You do try to hoop a little bit.
I mean,
you know,
I try.
you know.
It's a known thing in the industry that Mike Gardner can hoop.
Hey, man.
It's known. It's a known, and I've never even hooped with him, but I know that.
Oh, I hooped with him.
Yeah.
I hooped with him.
Yeah.
You know, I gave them guys some work.
I was going to say, this wasn't something I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
This just happened. It wasn't that I wanted to be a promoter or I wanted to curate this or that. It just ended up happening. And I've always said this over the years. I feel like I've been blessed to bless others because this wasn't something that I wanted to do. I wanted to be a ball player. I wanted to be Mike.
Come on now.
But it just didn't, my bad. It just didn't go that way. So
Where were you playing at?
I actually came to Miami from Chicago. I came down here, and I was playing at the University of Miami. I started as a freshman, sophomore.
I mean,
I was balling at the Big East. We was balling. We're going to put that out there.
Was you there with Jack?
With who?
Nah,
Jack. I'm a little older than him. Now, what we're not going to do is disclose our age, but I'm older than Jack.
Oh, okay.
I'm older than Jack.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little older than Jack, though. But I was down here playing, and I don't want to say too much about it because I got this documentary coming out. It's going to tell the whole story.
Gotcha.
But I was down here balling. I came, and that's what got me to Miami. I came down here.
Hey, kids, he got in trouble.
And
go ahead. I know how to read through that line.
Yeah, I got in trouble. I got in a little trouble. It was a great learning experience. You can see it on the documentary that's coming out.
Yes, sir.
But man, I came down here, and I got stuck in Miami. Even though once I was down here, I had got suspended off the team. I went back to Chicago. And I was in Chicago just still trying to work out and still pursue these hoop dreams, but it wasn't happening. So I ended up getting my degree from DePaul, came back down to Miami.
So you finished school in Illinois.
I finished. I got the degree at DePaul. So
congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
A lot of people come on this show, you know what I mean? They get up out of there. They're like, yeah, so y'all want me here? Cool.
Good luck.
Yeah, so it's all good. So I end up, after I got my degree, I was in Chicago doing absolutely nothing. And my cousin, he had a barbershop called Headliners Barbershop, Mustadi. So I ended up coming down here because he said, look, man, we great. Open up 150 barbershops in every corner.
Yeah,
we're going to be like Paul
talk.
Mitchell.
I like that
and I was like, okay, cool. So I came down here, and we couldn't get one open. And I was like, damn, I'm just down here doing absolutely nothing. So steady going over to UM, pursuing my hoop dream, working out, me, Tim Hardaway, everybody. I'm still got my hoop dreams, but I ain't had no place to live. I ain't had no place to stay. So I ended up living in the back of his barbershop. And I ain't really want to tell my mom and none of them because I was like the guy that was going to get us out of this rut in the family. Yeah. So I didn't want to call her and disappoint her. Like, you know, your son is living in Miami in the back of a barbershop. So I didn't really want to do that. So I kept that to myself. And he came up with this idea like, hey, man, you know, all these athletes, you know, all the people, when you go out, they know who you are. Why don't we do a party? And I was like, that's cool. Let's do a party. And he was like, why don't we do a players ball? You know how, you know, you in Chicago, man, they got all the pimps and players and all that. And I was like, all right, cool. But originally I thought he was talking about with the athletes, but he was talking about with the real pimps and hoes. And I was like, damn. So I reached out to Bishop Don Magic Guam. And then he kind of gave me the connect for Ice-T. And my very, very first party was a players ball with Bishop Don Magic Wine and Ice-T.
That's first one.
That was my first party.
You came in hot.
So pretty much what you're saying is that Dave Chappelle stole your idea, did the haters ball with Ice-T. Because it sounds like the same party.
Hey, man. Hey, I guess so. I ain't gonna say, well, I won't say he stole it, but shit happens.
So how did the party go though?
Oh, the party was a disaster.
Oh, he stole your idea.
Man, it was a disaster. I promise
turned
you,
the haters
man,
ball?
listen, man, this ballroom held about 1,500 people.
Oh, you went big.
And maybe 15 people showed up, and that was like me, the cashier. It wasn't a soul that showed up, man. I was so disappointed. I was like, maybe this shit ain't for me. But nobody showed up because in my documentary I show it. This is because I didn't have any tutor to show me how to promote or nothing like that. Right. I had a flyer. It didn't even have the location of the party.
Oh, no. No. No.
So I think that's I know, man.
He did an invite only.
Nobody
and didn't invite nobody.
Nobody noticed that though.
Secret location disclosed soon.
Man, so
or
it
not.
Was terrible, man.
That's crazy.
It was terrible. I got a picture of the flyer, and I think that's. I need to frame it.
You gotta.
And it didn't have no location on it.
No location party is wow.
But nobody noticed it. I'm passing out these flyers. Nobody stopped me and said, Mike, where did the party at? Nobody said shit. They just didn't come.
Humble beginnings.
Super humble.
So when did it become a thing? Did you open some more barbershops first and then?
Nah. So after that failed, I used my relationships like with Tim Hardaway, Alonzo Mourning, and then some of the guys that played at UM that was playing with the Dolphins, like Yatil Green, Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas. They let me do a players ball, another players ball, but this is with the athletes.
Yeah.
And they didn't charge me. So because of the hype of having the NBA players and the NFL players, my second party was a Miami Heat, Miami Dolphins party. And I ain't really had no expenses because they let me use...
Let you rock, yeah.
Let me rock, and it was a success. So I tasted that success, and then that gave me some more confidence, like, shit, I can do this. Because that players ball, I thought I was going to be one and done. So they let me do it. Got some success, made some money. And then I was like, maybe I can do this. And then, ironically, Peter Thomas... He had a club called Barcode. And he's like, Mike, why don't you come on and start doing this weekly party? He was the first person to let me do a weekly party, and it started from that back in 2001.
Now, here's the question, because there's always the Peter Thomas question, or what he kind of stands on. And I think you can validate this. Is he the first black promoter to bring black parties to South Beach?
Him and Luke.
Him and Luke.
Let me just say what it is. Him and Luke.
This is Miami. Everything starts with Uncle
Luke.
Uncle
Luke. We're not going to discredit him, right. But Peter had a spot on 5th Street that he opened up. It was called 5th Street, and it used to be across the street where Play was.
Gotcha.
You remember Play?
Yep, of course.
So Peter had a spot across the street from Play. Luke, maybe 5-6 months after Peter had opened this spot, opened up Luke's on the Beach. And they say it in my documentary, so what I'm speaking, I believe, is facts, because I wasn't around back then. But Peter opened his first, then Luke opened his. And what drew more people to come into Miami is because they knew who Luke was as well. So Peter had it for the Caribbean market, so he was catered towards the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians and all that. And then Luke was catering towards hip-hop and American, and then that's all they did. And it was crazy because Peter and Luke said, like, we, as black people, we would come over to the beach, but stop right there at 5th Street. Never came into Washington Avenue, Collins Avenue. We only went there, and then we went back. Because, we wasn't accustomed to coming out to the beach. Because, for so long, they wasn't even allowing us to come out on the beach.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they wasn't allowing black people to come out on the beach unless you was a worker or if you had an ID card saying that you was working out here. Like it's a deep story
ID
about
card.
Miami Beach, man. It's crazy. Might want to do some history on that one.
Wow.
It's a
kind of like what they trying to do now with this spring break.
What they trying to do now with spring break.
Right. Let me see your hotel room.
Let me see your hotel key.
Make Miami Beach great again.
No shit. Hey man, that's serious.
Make Miami Beach dry again.
Yeah, listen, they don't at this point they don't care. I guess they just on this life-saving adventure. So how do you stumble on, you go from now you got the players ball. First of all, let's talk about this because there's a money side to this too. When you got that Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat players ball with no overhead.
Correct.
That had to be very substantial.
It was.
Okay.
And that's what gave me the confidence and like I can do this.
And
like
the funding to move on to your next thing, I would imagine.
Or were you making up for the first party
I
that
was
did?
making up for the first party because it was a ball player that played with UM. He had just got drafted, so he had some fresh money. He had a couple $1 million. I ain't gonna say who he is, but he signed a multi-million-dollar deal in the NFL, and he gave me the money to fund my first party. And I lost all this money. So of course my thing is I got to get this guy his money back that the Miami Heat and Dolphins party gave me a little bit of money to give him some money, but then hold some money to do another party. And then I just kept doing them and stayed with it. And then Peter, like I said, gave me a chance to do a weekly party.
Gotcha.
Because he was like, you putting in all this work for one party, just keep it going. And it started to be that.
So was it under the headliner moniker then?
Nah, it was under it was still called Headliner, but I called it it was under Professional Businessmen Association because I was having problems getting in the clubs, as far as like, because back then a lot of people was using entertainment or this group, that group.
Yeah.
So I went in thinking that I was gonna trick them, like, oh, this company's called Professional Businessmen Association. They want to do a party, but it wasn't working, man. That shit wasn't working. None of that was working.
As soon as you walk in, they saw you.
And then when you walk in,
black.
they see you're black. So, okay, it's Headliners then. And because of my cousin's barbershop, I just ran with that. But I put the spin on it by saying Headliner Market Group.
Got it.
Just went from there.
Okay, I don't want to steal too much out of your documentary, but I gotta know how you stumble into. We gotta know how you stumble into LIV On Sunday.
Yeah.
We gotta know how you get in there.
So, how I end up getting into LIV. Me and Louis Oliver was doing Soul Kitchen Sundays at the Forge.
Yeah.
So we had a nice little 4-year run over there, and LIV was about to open up in the Fontainebleau. So Mo Garcia, Mo was a staple at LIV before he then moved, and now he's running, being a face out in Vegas at the Fontainebleau out there. But Mo reached out to me, like he knew my history, he knew what I was capable of doing, because I've done parties with him, and so he was one that wanted me to come and to LIV. They was like 5 months into opening LIV, and he was reaching out to me about doing a Thursday party at LIV because me and Louis was at the Forge on Sundays already. But so he was reaching out to me, and then I think Dave Grumman was talking to Louis, but Dave and Mo didn't know that. Dave was talking about a Sunday, Mo was talking about a Thursday, but we already set at the Forge. But the Forge then was grade closed and going into renovation. So one of my reservations with it was the Forge was like a dinner party first, then it turned into a club.
Fire.
It was amazing.
Fire.
It was amazing.
I was there those
you
days.
You ever experienced that one, Jay?
I did. Yeah.
Man, it was amazing. I can't lie, it was amazing. It was amazing. But when we went over to LIV had just voila. It wasn't a restaurant or intimate dinner party that turned into a club. It was just like this massive club. But I said to Louis, like, if we do come to LIV, we do know what it's going to do, because think about it. It wasn't like LIV waited until they was going on their downfall and like, all right, let's let these niggas in here and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was fresh. They was
betting on y'all. Yeah,
brand
out the
new.
gate.
They was ready. They was open, and I think that was one of the things that played a great success in LIV because it was new. Yeah. And we always feel like in the stigma of being in Miami, we couldn't go to these type of venues. We couldn't be in these type of venues. So to be in the Fontainebleau, that was one of the biggest accomplishments, because even thinking about back in the day where when you had Sammy Davis and the Rat Pack and all that going over the Fontainebleau, but they couldn't stay at the Fontainebleau. They had to go into Overtown to stay in the hotels there. So it was a big thing of us going into the Fontainebleau. And then when we signed that deal, it was like, oh shit, it's gonna happen for real. And you know, it took a minute. It didn't just blow up now. It took a minute because a lot of people still had some doubt, like, we can go into the Fontainebleau? They letting us in there? Wow. So it took a minute before it got going, but when it got going, it's going.
Do you remember who the first artist you had?
The very first person that we did was, if I'm not mistaken, I think Megan Good. I had Megan Good host a party. Okay. Her and it was
Megan was your first host.
Megan was my first host at LIV. Oh, and a DJ, and it was a chick DJ named DJ Kiss.
Megan Good and DJ Kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the flyer.
That sounds like a fun party.
Yeah, I got the flyer.
I'll show. I had a first in Miami.
You did?
I was the first artist to host King of Diamonds.
I know that's right.
Just want to throw that out there. Shout out to Pops and everybody who brought me in.
The Monday night.
Who?
As Wayne would say, King of Diamonds.
Who gave me the money to give back to him. I didn't manage that well. The girls look so so good.
I've been with you, man. When they hand you the money for the strip club and then you give it back to the strip club.
Yeah, it's just,
I've been there with
weird
you.
thing.
And I'm like, no.
Because then they ask me like, how much of this do you want in ones? I'm like, well, how much can I get?
And then it turns into, Jay, what you got on you? What you got?
They just paid you to do this. I'm gonna give you like me walking into LIV and seeing all of Cash Money, and Young Money, and I was like, and seeing the venue itself. Mm-hmm. I hadn't seen a club like that.
Yeah.
And I literally walked in, I was like, what the fuck is this? Mm-hmm. And when I say it was up, I got there when it was up. So I didn't, as you say, you had the humble beginnings even in that spot. Mm-hmm. I never saw that. When I got there, it was on a thousand.
It's cracking. Me too.
Yeah.
It was like every LA party all in one. It was like Guys and Dolls, Colony, everything, all in one room.
Wow.
I was like, I have to be here. Now, here's a question for you. Did you start the hip hop residency in a sense? Got it.
We started from scratch at LIV. There was nothing before us. It was.
Yeah.
From day one, it was us.
Did you hear that, folks? The first hip hop residency. We'll save it for your dog. I ain't gonna need to tell you. You got to tell you who it was. Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. I felt that though.
I appreciate that.
Because then it started moving about, and everybody now has residencies with, said rappers, said singers, and all that stuff. But I remember specifically that you had some fixtures in there that made sure that every time we went to LIV, it was an experience.
Go ahead.
I don't want to take that credit though, but
no, you should. You should.
Why not?
I'm a.
First time I saw it.
Exactly.
And I've been in clubs all over the world. First time I ever saw something consistent where it's like, oh, they're there, the DJ. All of that was fixed.
Okay.
I knew what I was getting when I came to LIV for sure.
Correct.
And if there were any extras, and it was like, that fixture was so ginormous that it made everybody wanna fall in line. Right? I kind of equate it, and this is going to be a weird analogy. There's a spot I used to eat at in Maryland called the Chesapeake Bay Seafood House. And at the Chesapeake Bay Seafood House, there was an all-you-can-eat menu. right? And at the top of the all-you-can-eat menu, there was the crab legs, the most expensive item on the thing. But if you got the crab legs, you get everything underneath the menu for all you can eat.
Okay.
Your fixture was the crab legs.
Okay.
The most expensive thing on the menu.
Okay, we following you.
So at that point, everything underneath the menu would fall in line with with what's on the top of the menu.
Of course.
Because you had the top of the food chain already in the building. So everybody else on the all-you-can-eat menu was like, we have to be in there. We have to, because we want to be on the plate too. We want to be part of all-you-can-eat. Is it working?
No. It's not. It's not. It's not. I want it to work.
It didn't work?
You my guy, and I want it to work.
Oh, shit, I'm better
I don't know
than that.
how Liv and crab legs go together.
It just felt, I was reaching.
Well, listen, I want to get down to the business side of it.
Go ahead. Yes.
Right? Because the reason why you're here, obviously you're our guy, and we want to celebrate you in what you've done in this game. But we also want you to give the information to like these young promoters. Or even promoters that's in it that might not be doing it right. Like, how do you get to this space? What do you feel like are the important, or just a couple of the important keys to being a successful promotion company?
I'm always willing to share that information, so it ain't no secret. Like for me, I've always said to those who maybe reach out to me in DM or they'll stop me in the middle of the club or whatnot, I always say, man, it's just being humble, because you got to understand that in this game, we need the people. The people don't need us. It's not like I'm selling gasoline or power, like where you need me. They don't need me. They can go to any other club, any other party they want. So it's just maintaining a level of humbleness and being yourself. Like this nightlife can get you caught up, man. It can get you caught up.
Were you ever one of the promoters who would jump on the mic?
No. Because I wouldn't jump on the mic. I don't even know if me and this brother got a picture. Like that was never my thing though. But
that's interesting. I've never thought about that.
He moves.
But I'm trying to
moves
think,
like Al Heyman.
I don't know if well, whatever. I say that to say like just being you and not getting caught up in this game, because this nightlife it is what it is. It can be full of sin. It can be full of when you mixing alcohol, ego, money, celebrities, women, late night. If you don't be humble and stay grounded,
it's gonna eat you up.
It'll tear your ass up.
Yeah.
Like, because I've seen it. I've seen it with so many different people, and a lot of some promoters, I ain't gonna say a lot of them, some promoters come in this for the women. Some of them come in it for the hype. Oh, I can get you into this party, I can get you in that party. But I've always maintained, like, for me, it's just been about business. You know what I mean? Like, I've been blessed to do this, so I want to treat it like a business. Like, I try not to get caught up into the hype of it. And that's why I say, like, sometimes I very seldom take pictures. Like, I got this little funny story real quick. Like, it was a I ain't gonna say how long ago it was, because I vaguely remember. But I remember one time I had went to give Future his money. Now, I've done so many parties with Future up until this point, but me and Future never really met. So it was one time when I ended up having to take him his money myself. And when he seen me, he was like, "You Mike? I thought you was white." And that shit blew my mind. Cause he couldn't see
a black man doing
brother
business.
doing live like
this.
on the level, and we talk about it right now, so it ain't no big secret. But that kind of made me be like, well, wait a minute, am I doing something wrong, or do I need to let it be known more, because it can affect the business when people don't know who's really
behind
doing it, because that opens up the door for others to come in. And
and then it's like it being you, a black man, gives validation to other black men coming up.
Correct.
Yeah. Trying to do that. It's very much important that they know it is you. Yeah. You are him.
And something to look up to. and something to aspire to, right? Because I'll speak from the business side, right? Of the business from the artist standpoint of me dealing with Tank and dealing with artists that I've worked with and having to deal with promoters. It is usually the hardest part for us because it's very seldom you find real businessmen and businesswomen who are about their business, right? That who handle their business, who the money is never funny. You're not chasing this promoter throughout the club. They're not drunk.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't come to your room smelling like weed, trying to drop off the money that looks like you don't know where it came from. Like seriously, like because as Black people, we also have to audit ourselves.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we try to get past that of like, nah, man, that's just no. Business is business.
Business is business.
And we should handle ourselves accordingly. And we should, like in my phone, I would listen. This is something I've never said before, but in my phone, there is a do not do business section.
Oh, wow.
I literally have people in my phone that I will not do business with. And we've had that, and Mike, you know me, I am an upfront person.
Right.
If they call me, I tell them that. Nah, we can't do that, champ. And they try to figure out a way to call Tank. Who then calls me and I'm like, Tank, do you remember bop, 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 and A, B, and C, and A, B, B, and C? And he like, yeah, that was, bro, we can't do business no more.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have my business partner in those type of situations. I don't want him looking for the promoter. And Jay, did you talk to, and did they, because we already know 3-4 times. Because it hasn't just been some people where it's just like, oh, it's a one-time thing. You show grace.
Right.
And we've done that multiple times with multiple people where we've shown grace. But then it gets to a point where it's just like, all right, you just don't do business.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know if it's because it's a party. And sometimes, you know, people get confused that, they thinking it's just a party. They don't think of it as business. They don't look at it as business. And they think that they can just handle it at their own pace and time. And I try not to do that with y'all, man. Not just with Tank, but with everyone. Because there's a level of consistency that you got to have when you conducting business. But I've always said it, man. People think this party shit is just a party. They don't look at it as a business. Like, the liquor got to be paid. The lights got to be paid. The DJ got to be paid. The waitresses, the security. Those couches ain't free. Like,
that's why they keep telling y'all to get y'all damn feet off the couches. Because somebody got to pay for the cleanup.
Somebody got to pay for it. But it's. I don't complain though, man. But I'm happy. I'm in a good space, man. I'm blessed and thankful for the opportunities I have, man. Especially and be surrounded and acknowledged by brothers like y'all, man. I definitely appreciate it that they can see that it can expand outside of the club and outside of business. Absolutely. Because I want to say, like, to both of y'all, man, like, you know, as the promoter, sometimes we don't get the just due of, like, not only are we promoting the artist, we paying the artist. It works for everyone, but I want to commend y'all for giving me this moment.
Yeah.
Of this, because it says a lot, man, especially when I've been doing this for 22 years. This is the first time I think that I've ever had a real one-on-one publicly.
Oh, wow.
With someone that I've been doing business with for so long. So I wanna thank y'all for this opportunity, man.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Absolutely, man.
Let's speak about expansion.
Okay.
You know, because
before we go expansion, I'm gonna tell you when I realized, all right, I can make some things move. I get a text one night, and this is interesting too, because this is when you kind of realize, you know, you've had an impactful relationship with somebody, sometimes without even knowing. Years back, I get a text. Young lady texts me. it's one of those weekends in Miami, and it's crazy, and I'm not in Miami. And the text says, "Hey, you think you can help me get into LIV?"
What a text.
Right? And I'm like, and this is literally just the homegirl. Wasn't no. I could have completely ignored her.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she the homie, she cool people. I text Mike. And at this point, like, me and Mike cool, but you know, and you've said it a million times, I don't really come outside as much. So sometimes they don't even know I'm the actual manager, right? So, because there's some guys who say they manage Tank that don't manage Tank. So Mike hits me back. I text him. I'm like, you know, I can tell he busy. You know what I mean? But he's like, what's her name? What she look like? I sent him a picture of her, right? He like, all right, cool. I got her. He go out to look for her. Funny as shit. He go out to look for her. He can't find her. I text her back. I'm like, my guy's looking for you, blah, blah, blah. She texts me back. She's already walked into the club with said basketball player. You know what I text Mike back? Hot girl summer. I like, bro, it's the funniest shit, but I was like, the fact that Mike would do that for me though.
Yep.
I was like, he really rock with me.
Yeah.
He really rock with me.
Yeah.
You know, I made an impact. I'm good in Miami.
Yeah, I'm good.
But yeah, now let's talk about expansion.
You know, I'm in my mind, I'm like, the general of R&B. I am part of the revolution.
You say in your mind? Nah, nigga.
No, what
you are who you are, dog.
No. I'm just saying at the time.
I'm saying this shit for you, dog.
I'm going back to the time to where he was expanding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I am R&B. I am him at its core. And we are just kind of, spotting doing R&B parties with DJs and stuff like that. And I see something come across my, my algorithm's Doo-Wop.
Who's doing this?
Who's doing this? Who's Doo-Wopping? And what does it mean? And Mike hit me like, listen, man, you got to pull up to our Doo-Wop, man. All day R&B party. It's something you need to see. I said, it is something I need to see. You in my area. And I remember.
Was that around the time you was doing Drink Champs? That you did Drink Champs?
Was it?
Nah.
No, it was before that.
It was before that.
It was before that.
But it was at a spot that they
was
filming. Okay, yeah.
It was before that.
Okay.
And so I can't remember what day it was, but I just happened to be there, and there was a Doo-Wop going on. Mm-hmm. And I said, Mike, I'm pulling up. I'm coming over. He said, don't worry about nothing. We got you. I think you walked me through the front. Mm-hmm. He walks me through the front of the club. Yeah. Just to make sure I see what's happening. Yeah. Wow, this Ron Isley song is on. Yeah. And
he know you with all that type of shit. You want to walk through the club anyway, yeah.
I'm walking through the club, and I'm like, this is an R&B party? He's like this. I said, cut me in or cut it out.
Hey, man, you were so excited.
I want to be in. What do you need me to do?
Yeah.
Feel like I play some of my songs. I'm singing tonight. I was off, but I'm willing to work. and I just, and I appreciate you because, that is your thing. That is something that you guys created and put together that I just thought was so amazing that I just jumped on the train. I just said, man, I'm getting in the car, man. Open up, let me in. And I just jumped in the car. And I'm just along for the ride. And I appreciate you allowing me just to be along for this Doo-Wop ride. Can you just speak to even the conversation to get to expand into that R&B space?
I mean, after doing LIV and Story and all these parties for so long, I mean, we get older. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened with me. I got older, and to the point to where, especially LIV On Sunday became just LIV On Sunday. It's this business. And not saying that I didn't enjoy myself there still, but I wanted something different, especially 15 years later. And what do I do at home? I listen to R&B. I drink my wine. I listen to R&B. I want to have a good time.
Now, you from Chicago, bro. Like that people, Chicago and R&B music.
Yeah.
Like it's a real thing. You could be the most gangster nigga in the world from what y'all got, the Wild Hundreds of Chicago, and you still gonna be playing some R&B music. It just is what it is.
It is what it is, man. And I think that's just in me because I was born in Centralia, Illinois, and I know you from Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
That Midwest, because I used to live in Milwaukee too. I was living in Milwaukee for a couple of years. I lived in Dayton, Ohio a couple of years. My mom was like she was like a Rolling Stone for real.
Yeah.
But so I got that Midwest in me.
Yeah.
It's embedded in me. But
I'm gonna get you a Giannis jersey too. I gotta get him a Giannis jersey. Actually, I'm gonna get you Dame Lillard now, because you know we got the Bay in Milwaukee now, baby. So you don't want the Dame? You want Dame time?
Man,
I'm a Clippers fan, sir.
You're a
This
Clippers
nigga
fan?
crazy, man.
A Clippers fan and a
crazy,
LeBron
man.
stan. Okay, that's just
Okay.
Crazy,
Clipper
man.
fan, LeBron
Dame
stan.
time jersey on the way.
Don't bring me nothing.
He from the
green
Bay, so I can wear
green
one
and white
too.
in here.
Whatever, man. Go ahead.
Man,
go ahead.
that's
This
a
nigga
heavy
crazy.
statement. But I say this. I just wanted to create something that I can enjoy and then give it back to the people. Like you came to my Overtime Music and Arts Festival, and that festival, it was free to the community, but it was really R&B overtone. And just to see the joy on people's faces, man, and this was back then.
I remember that, yeah.
And so I wanted to create that in a party setting. And I've tried it in the past, but a lot of the club owners, they wasn't buying it. They wasn't hearing it. They didn't want. If I ain't doing these live numbers, then
Didn't make sense to them.
didn't make sense to them.
Gotcha.
But my man Angel over at Racket, he gave me a shot. He was like, "I'm gonna let you come in and do it." So, and I told him, "It's gonna work. It may take some time, but it's gonna work." But that first night, man, that first day, because it was a day party. Because I know with us being older and those that I felt that would come out, let me get you in here earlier. You have a good time. You can go home early and like you ain't missing shit. You ain't got to stay out until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. But that very first one, it was money. And I felt like we had something. And because just seeing the people dance and sing along and having a good time, there ain't no stress. You ain't got to worry about if you got to buy a table or nothing. You just coming in there genuinely to have a good time. And it went from being once a month to, okay, now let me expand it. Let me go on the road. And I have always said this, so I want to say it now on your platform. This brother right here is what Lil Wayne was for LIV On Sunday. By stamping it, he's what he is to the Doo-Wop, is what Lil Wayne. And so I'm indebted to you, just as I am with Wayne for LIV On Sunday, because you came in and you stamped it, man. I appreciate when y'all talk about it on the show, even when I'm not here. Y'all support that Doo-Wop. So I'm thankful for y'all. So he is the unofficial, official founder, president of the Doo-Wop. So he like shit. It ain't nothing. I can't do it without him. Yeah. So if it's something that he say, hey Mike, man, we gonna make this as a Doo-Wop, I'm almost gonna have to do it. Like I can't say no to him. I can't at this point. Now, you as the manager, you may be like, hey, hold up. Mike said you can't say no, so shit. His birthday, January 1st. Hey, man. Hey, every year we go. So I got to be careful how I say that. But, nah, man, that Doo-Wop, man, I love that Doo-Wop, man. Me and Fly Guy, it's just something it's amazing, man. Like, and being able to go back and seeing some of the footage, man, and you genuinely was just having a good time. It wasn't about nothing. Like, and I used the clip a couple times in the promotion where you was like, listen, man, I just came to have a good time, but if you play one of my songs, I may be compelled to sing it. And that shit just took off, man, because people wasn't expecting it. And now, so when I do the Doo-Wop, they don't know who's going to be there, what's going to happen, and it just happened.
Right.
The only time I really do a host is in a large enough space. But when I'm in a small, intimate spot, it's just a doo-wop, and they come because they want to have a good time.
It's always a good time.
And
Always a good time.
My first experience with it was Las Vegas. Las Vegas. No. But after the Soul Train Awards.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my, because Tank had been building it up. He'd been building it up. He like, we doing doo-wop tonight, right? We gonna do the thing, right? So we ended up having, pretty much, we became doo-wop promoters at the Soul Train Awards.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I mean, so we end up having Coco Jones there.
Yeah.
Ari Lennox there.
Yeah.
Money Long
Money
there.
Long.
Keith Washington.
Keith Washington. Like, cracking.
It was.
The crazy thing that most people, I've said it about just our Soul Train Awards performance, I wasn't going to come out that night because I had just torn my meniscus a week before the Soul Train Awards.
Wow.
Hoop dreams.
Yeah, hoop dreams. Right?
Hoop.
So I'm in the doo-wop with the torn meniscus. Pouring Hennessy on it.
Just pour some Hennessy on it. It'll be fine.
Pour a little Hennessy on it.
It'll be fine.
And then Fly Guy plays Up. He played an Up remix. I'm already pouring Hennessy on it. I jump off of the off of the couch, but I remember jump back onto that leg, the one.
The good leg.
So I jump off like this. Make my way up to the DJ booth.
And it begins.
Hey, man.
And it begins.
It's funny what you don't know when you don't really know.
All the shit that be going
story,
on.
Man.
Yeah.
Now, a full leg wrap under the, the whole shit at the party. Pour Hennessy on it.
I think it's one of the most awesome moments to see things like this catered to our genre of music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With all of this lost and dead talk that people were the narrative they were trying to push just wasn't working because of the things that we were doing to show that people want this and people show up for this. And you've done that at such a high level, doubling back to Vegas for Super Bowl.
For Super Bowl.
With me, Neo, and Mario and wall to wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
No, it was.
That shit was crazy.
And just it's a place where we're free. You know what I'm saying? To be as R&B as we want to be.
Yeah, because that's what they came for.
That's what they came for.
That's what they came for.
Some girl did a commentary after the doo-wop. She did a play-by-play. She did the whole thing. She's like, and so I'm here at the doo-wop, and they have Mario, they have Tank, they have Neo, and I'm thinking to myself, if you have these guys who could really sing, I hope at some point they're gonna get on the mic and sing. So here, me and my girls, we're having a good time, and she goes through the full narration. She's like, and I guess Tank heard my heart because they start singing, and then she gives the clips of all of us singing. I was like, this is dope. And so it's
that is dope.
It just reinforces the idea that you are doing the absolute right thing. You are doing God's work, as we like to call it.
Yeah, it's something that I noticed that you said earlier too about when you decided to do the party, and this is something that I hope that they were listening to, but if they weren't, I'm going to point it out. You said when you decided to do the doo-wop, you did it as a day party because you understood who was coming to the party.
Yeah.
And you started thinking about the people.
Right?
Because I think a lot of people that even did, you decide to open up businesses, you decide to do all these things, and you think about yourself.
Correct.
You got to think about the consumer, right? So you were thinking about the consumer by doing it as a day party because, like you said, getting older, the people that I want in this building, they got kids. They got kids.
Yeah.
They got certain shit they got to get to. So I'm going to do this party that at a time that fits them.
Correct.
That is business right there.
Yeah.
And most people don't look at it like that. They've been like, oh, I need to compete with LIV.
Right.
Wait, these are two different parties. They live in two different worlds.
Yeah.
So me doing the R&B party on Sunday night in Miami, I'm kind of tripping because we know where people going that night. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to highlight that and highlight just your business acumen to say, you know what I mean, and show that these are the things that you're thinking about before you even go out there so that you don't have a player's ball situation again.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we don't want y'all having that player's ball situation. Don't you and 15 people.
I want you to put the address on the flyer, large and legible. I want you to put the start time and the ending time.
Man.
As well.
It was hilarious. Man.
Shit.
You know, you are a busy man. We appreciate the time. We appreciate you pulling up. But you know, there's a little more information I think we need from you right before you get out of here.
Yeah.
As you say, you listen to this R&B.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You know, he said when he go home, it's wine
and
and
R&B.
Okay. That's what he say.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a mixtape that we do together for the Doo-Wop edition mixtape, Wine and R&B, presented by the Doo-Wop. I'm just spitballing here.
Okay.
We gotta have a genuine record on there too.
Genuine wine.
The wine himself.
The wine himself. You know, we just spitballing, baby. You know.
Hey, okay.
Mike Gardner, who are your top 5 R&B artists?
Listen, man, that's an easy question, and it's a little bit more than 5. So if you don't mind, let me just say who they are. And I'm gonna start out number 1 with you. Then I'm gonna say Neo. Then I'm gonna say Mario. Then I'm gonna say Trey. Then I'm gonna say Chris.
Yeah.
And you know, more recent. I also gotta say Jamie.
Come on.
Yes,
come on.
sir.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna say Brent. And I'm gonna say Bryson Tiller.
Ooh.
Now, do you really want to know why I say those?
Talk to me. Come on. Let me hear you.
I say those because they all participated in the Doo-Wop.
Yeah.
And they support me, so I'm going to support them. So those are my top R&B artists.
Top 8. Was it 8?
Yeah.
I don't know how many were.
It doesn't matter.
You know my calculator be going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are
greatest.
Those are mine. So I just gotta put that out there. But you know, I'm a big R. Kelly fan. I'm a big Marvin Gaye fan. And but those are my top though.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate being
I don't wanna dumb it down. Those are my top though, to be honest.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell
Is that
everybody.
good? That's
come on,
a
my
good
brother. That's yours.
list?
It's your world.
That's a
It's
good
your
list,
world.
though?
Yeah, that's a good list.
Yeah,
I'm in
that's
it.
a good
I'm on it.
Okay,
That's a good
cool.
list. Top 5 R&B songs.
Top 5 R&B songs. I thought about this because I've been asked this question so many times over the years since doing this Doo-Wop, and it's genuinely hard to say. And I know I got to answer it because you're asking me, but it's hard, brother. It's a hard thing. So, like off the top of my head, like let me. Nah, man, that's gonna be hard.
Come on, man.
Come on,
That's
dog.
gonna be hard.
Come on now, dog.
That's gonna be hard to do.
You
What's
don't
the
want to be
5
the
songs
first to
you
leave
have to hear? at the
Wait a minute, say
Doo-Wop?
that again?
The 5 songs that you have to hear at the Doo-Wop, or you gonna go and text somebody or go literally cuss somebody out because you didn't hear the record you was looking for.
Okay, so if it's like that, let me say it then. So my top 5 songs that you gotta play at the Doo-Wop, you gotta play Yearning for Your Love.
Come on.
Yeah.
I gotta hear My Life with Mary J.
Yeah.
You gotta play Usher, Superstar.
Yes.
3. You gotta play R. Kelly, Seems Like You're Ready. And he gotta play When We.
Man.
Yep.
You like those?
I don't know if you know, but I made 2 lists today. I'm just,
Okay.
good things are happening
Okay.
on the horizon. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this. You'll hang out on the beach or something. That's how I'm feeling right now.
I know that's right.
I love all those songs too, and I've been there when we not only made the request, but you pressed the button.
Yeah,
I've seen you like
you seen.
now. Hold my wine, because this shit is about to get.
Hold my wine.
We about to play these. Let's do a Voltron. A Voltron is your super R&B artist, the R&B artist that you make. We want to know who you would get the vocal from, who you would get the performance style from, who you would get the styling from, and who you would get the passion of the artist from. You're making your super R&B artist. Who is the one artist you would get the vocal from?
Does it matter if they living or
no,
male,
all time.
female,
Male, female,
just
all
anybody?
time. Yeah, just mix it up. Whatever you want to do.
Damn, that's tough. That's a tough. Can we say male then female? Because I got my Voltron men, then I got my Voltron women.
I like your style.
Okay.
So let me say my men.
Okay.
I would like the. Wait a minute. How you broke it down?
The first thing. What's the vocal first? Let's start with the vocal.
Vocals. I like Neo.
Yeah.
Vocally.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going with current.
Do you think?
Whatever you want to do, it's yours.
Neo. Okay, now performance style.
Performance style CB.
Yeah.
Move your feet, young man.
CB.
Styling.
Styling, you.
Okay. All right, Silky.
I say that
All
because a lot of the shows I've gone to that you have been to, I mean that you participated in, and some of the others that I've seen, you gonna make them appreciate looking at you. And I say that humbly. I'm a grown man, so I can say it is what it is. So the styling of it. And we're not talking about colorful costume performances, hats, and all. It's just your flyness with it.
Yeah.
What else?
Passion.
The passion. I don't know about that one. That's a tough one because I see so much passion in a lot of the in these artists, man. Like especially with R&B. Now, if this was hip hop, I would tell you I can't answer it. Because I don't see that. It's just I don't want to say the wrong answer right now. It ain't a wrong answer to you. It may be a wrong answer to me because
no wrong answer.
Passion.
And it's just today. It may change tomorrow. You know how subjective that is. Yeah.
Damn. Hey man, that's a tough one, man.
There's somebody you know that really mean it.
Yeah.
Somebody you know that's up there sweating. There's somebody working hard. That you like. You know what? He deserved this spot that he in.
Yeah.
Because he really wanted this.
Oh, then I'm gonna have to say Tank Brown.
Tank Brown.
I leave it there.
Tank Brown. Now this ain't gonna be doing dance school. So you know I'm Tank Brown.
You're Chris Babs.
you know what Mike called me. You know what I mean? I can dance and shit now.
You know, me and Chris Brown are hybrid.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We work together on a lot of things.
Y'all my guys, man. Hey,
that's great.
It is what it is, man.
Listen, he mean it so much. He's so dedicated to the crime. I mean, it's so in his heart. He can't stop.
Right.
He won't stop. Yeah. I just heard 13 new songs.
13 new, I know, man.
He picked those 13 from 1,000. I'm just telling you, like
that he did in 2 weeks.
He did in 2 weeks. He means it.
He do.
Oh my God.
He do.
Okay, let's go to the young lady.
To the young lady.
Yes.
Vocally, I'm gonna go with Whitney.
Yes.
I think I can. I think I can say that.
Easy. Performance style.
I think I can go with B.
Yeah. Can't miss.
Styling.
And B.
The styling. And it ain't my style, but I know that's her thing. And it's what's the word?
Connects.
Eclectic style.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to go with Erykah.
Erykah Badu. I knew where he was going.
How about I think that too?
He was going.
I thought that too.
I just seen a video of her performing the other day.
Oh.
She had the cheeks out too.
Shout
out to Erykah Badu.
Shout out.
And then the passion. And I thought about this because, I felt like this would be a question. Who has the passion in regards to the women? And man, That's a tough one. I couldn't. It's not that I don't want to answer. I just don't know. I don't know with the passion of the women. Now you could point it out to me just in case.
I mean me out, you know, a female artist, all time passion.
You said in my life, you know, you got to play that in my life, and
yeah.
I've been on tour.
Mary's
gonna go with Mary's
Aretha
passion.
Franklin's passion.
Yeah. Okay, then
There's some passion in there.
we gonna go with Mary Franklin. Then.
We're gonna go with Mary Franklin.
Mary Franklin. Let's go with Mary Franklin. Then.
I think you're the first to create two hybrids.
We're gonna go with Mary Franklin.
The deer and the sheep.
It's all good.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay. Give him
Yeah. So before we let you go,
Yes, sir.
we got to get to this important part. Brought to you by the Valentine Candle. Smells so beautiful, don't you agree?
It won't blow out. Blow it out.
It won't blow out.
It won't blow out.
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
Y'all
man.
that's watching live,
Hey.
it wasn't here at the beginning. At the beginning of that episode, I got a text from management that said, "Put your goddamn candle on the table." But we got this very important segment of the show. It's called "I Ain't Saying No Names." When you tell us a story, funny or fucked up, or funny and fucked up, the only rule to the game is you can't say no names.
That's I got many of those. So
yeah.
I'm gonna point this one out because and because you can't say the name.
Okay.
It's be up to the ear of the person who hears this.
Yes.
Man, I seen this guy. Damn, I already gave a little bit of it away by saying it was a guy. But I seen this guy, man, physically assault another guy, another artist. It was fucked up. I leave it at that.
For no reason?
Nah, I mean, we all know what the reason was. I think the public knows what the reason was, but I'm just going along with this game y'all playing right now.
What was the setup? What led to it?
It was at LIV, outside.
Yeah.
I leave that right here. You said funny or fucked? It wasn't funny. Well, it was fucked up.
It was fucked up.
Fucked up.
It was fucked up that it happened. Now, a funny one. Let me get off that because it's silent in here, man.
No,
that shit got kind of silent, right? It's making me nervous, man. We got too silent in here. Like,
I wasn't there, but I know the story you talking about.
I can think of a
like,
couple
man,
things.
what y'all talking about? It got too silent.
We'll talk later. Okay, all right.
Man, that's too silent, man. But funny, let me get a funny one out, man. The funny one, I think, is saying no names. Guy trying to get up on the stage at LIV, and he took a tumble. That was funny. It was fucked up that it happened, but it was funny because of the guy who
somebody famous.
He tried to get up on that stage to do his or her thing and took a tumble.
So question is, did they tumble back into the DJ booth, or did they take the long tumble down to the floor?
No, they took the tumble back into the booth. I think they missed that step. So as they got up, they tumbled backwards.
Because that tumble to the floor
would have been definitely
way different.
That would have been different.
It would have turned the funny to fucked up. Complete, because he would have got fucked up.
So after the ambulance came, here's my question. Because every time I'm like sitting in the booth, I'm looking at those stairs. And I'm like, those stairs are a fire hazard for anyone who's had 2 to 3 beverages.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone taken that long,
where you fall
spiral
every stair?
They didn't make it all the way down, but I've seen it, and that's funny because it's fucked up. It's funny, and this one particular female, man, she took the tumble, and a little bit of that hair got caught up in that stair, and it was coming off. Had she got down a few more stairs, it would have been off. But she was able to.
Wig off?
The stairs held it. Now that was funny. If it would have came off, it would have been fucked up.
We got something though, and this is something that I almost did not bring this up. I almost forgot to bring it up. One of the greatest parties I have ever been to. Jamie Foxx's 50th birthday.
Oh.
Wow. Jamie Foxx.
Good call.
50th birthday.
Yeah.
Live on Sunday, not at Live on Sunday.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, people, is somehow these men, these amazing men, recreated Live on a studio lot in Los Angeles for Jamie Foxx's 50th birthday.
Absolutely.
I will never forget that night.
Absolutely.
Man.
I had a time. Man, can you please?
I remember when the idea was coming up, when it was talking about the idea.
Yeah.
And I said, Bree, me and Breon was talking.
Shout out to Breon.
Shout out to Breon. I said, Breon, you know you got to call Mike. I already know. So you got to call Mike. You got to call. Oh no. Oh, we already on it. Oh, I'm about to talk to him. I'm about to call him right now. No, I said, because there's no way there's Live anywhere in the world without Mike Gardner. There's just no way. There's no way.
Bro, y'all literally recreated the club.
Man, it was amazing. And what he's saying is true, because I got him in it's in the doc. That scene, it's a scene in the documentary where he was telling Breon, like, hey man, listen, Foxx called me. He was thinking about we gonna do Live in LA. And he said, I told Foxx, I said, I don't think you can do Live without headliner. I'm gonna be forever indebted to you, brother. Forever. So to see him recreate that, man, that was one of those moments where I was like, do I open up my shirt and show the S on my chest from that one? Because that was like, man, he recreated a whole party.
Yep.
And it was amazing, man. And it borderline kind of looked like Live, man.
No,
it little spider shit in the sky.
Yeah.
It was the everything, man. It was the 2 levels, the couches in the middle, the DJ booth. They even had the makeshift stairs. And shit. That shit was dope, man.
No, to the point where like Tank was like, I'm going to the stage. And I'm like, I'm not. I'm just going to watch. I literally just stayed at the table and I was just like, yo, this is insane. The craziest shit is, this was at the same time that Snowfall had just come out. Around the same time Snowfall had just come out. And what's the kid? Damson? Damson, and then the Easy E looking kid from Snowfall. I'm sorry, brother, I'm forgetting your name. They were at the table, but they were just kind of walking around because nobody really knew them yet.
Right.
And you know that moment. That's that real LA worldwide club shit where it's just like, hey, oh yeah. And then somebody taps you and goes, yo, you know, this is, oh shit, I saw you on this. Yeah, man, okay, yeah, man, get something to drink, man. Yeah. It was one of them moments, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, that nigga became the biggest thing in the world. This show became, you know what I mean? And all this was at this Jamie Foxx Live 50th birthday party.
Yeah.
And I'm literally just, I'm watching the stage from our table, and I'm just a spectator. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not going up there, man. I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna enjoy the show and all the shit that's going on around.
It was dope. And how it was curated. It was like Live on Sunday, like where all the artists get on the stage and you don't know who performing. Because even for me, at that party, I've never seen Ice Cube perform at a club. And when Ice Cube came out, man. Hey man,
I lost my mind.
Man,
I was on stage
and
like,
it was Cube, Snoop Dogg, Luda, Tank.
Yeah.
Man,
it was
insane.
That party was crazy, and I think that's just a testament to the support that the people give. Yeah. And you know him, you know, whether he wanted to do it or it was an idea, he still went through with it and made it happen. It just, man, that type of shit be meaning a lot to me, though.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Well, Brother Mike, you are the curator at the highest level.
Absolutely.
Of making sure that that music has a beautiful place to live, man. And has a beautiful place to live. Did you hear what I said?
I see what you're doing.
See right there.
You might have wrote a song or two in your life.
It just rolls off, But then you expanding and growing into that R&B space, man. I can't thank you enough.
Right.
I can't thank you enough for that. And like, I know you see the pod, but even off of the pod, you don't know how many R&B singers we tell or producers like, hey, you need to get to that doo-wop. Yeah. I've told Babyface, boy, you better get down to that doo-wop. I'm telling you, Charlie Wilson, you better get to that doo-wop. I'm trying to tell you something. Like, just letting everybody know, like, there is a place, a magical place
for us
where our music is
Mm-hmm.
king and queen.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, and you've done that, man. So we thank you.
Yes, sir.
Of course, this is always home for you. This is, your family. So whatever you need, if you need us to put one of your promotional items right here,
we got
right
space
next to the candle. We got some space for
because it's my turn. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I do want to say though, like, what you said in regards to the R&B, and if you can just let me get 47 seconds to clear this up. Like, I don't feel like we started the R&B parties when we started the Doo-Wop, because I was doing the R&B party back in 2005. Mm-hmm. But it's what I think has happened though, which is great for everyone, including all the R&B artists and everything. It's just been this movement now of R&B parties. Yeah. And I think it's great, and I commend all the promoters across the world that's taking that chance to do these R&B parties, because it's giving life to nightlife as opposed to just standing on couches, spending money, throwing money. Yeah. Now we can get back to the essence of having a good time, and whether I want to take the credit of starting it, I'm not, but I know that, a lot of the promoters that I see doing it now, they feel like it's okay because they see that I took a chance on doing it coming from a place of Live On Sunday. Yeah. So I think with the R&B parties, man, it's good for everybody, and it's good for nightlife. So I did want to say that, because I don't want a lot of people thinking that I'm taking the credit for these R&B parties. I'm just stamping my place in it.
Well, the beauty of your R&B party is that it's really an R&B party, and even though the party lives on its own, when you book artists for your R&B party, you book actual R&B artists,
right?
Because there is a difference.
Yeah, you're right.
And I want to encourage everybody that's doing these parties, all over the world, all over the country, as you're getting to this space. Book of the R&B artists.
Yeah, and it's nothing wrong with calling El DeBarge to pull up. Right. And Keith Washington to pull up.
Come on now.
And Babyface to pull up. You know what I mean? And getting Charlie Wilson to come through.
That's right.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, listen, we love all the new young artists too, and absolutely book them. But don't forget about the legends in this game too that can pull up and get busy. Johnny Gill come on that motherfucking my bye and go crazy.
Man, come on now.
You're right. You know what I mean? So it's like,
you're right.
Why y'all booking these parties and why y'all putting together this whole R&B space for the party? Think about that, because I feel like a lot of times within the hip hop party, a lot of the forefathers of hip hop, they didn't get booked for those parties. Mm-hmm. But in R&B, this music, it just hit different. This music hits different. I'm waiting to see Tevin Campbell on a flyer for an R&B party.
Talk about it.
I'm telling Mike Gardner right now, you got to book Tevin Campbell, man.
I know that's
because we know what that Can We Talk do.
Sheesh.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Sheesh. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We know what that do at the club. So we need, hey Tevin,
hey,
I know you watch the podcast.
Yeah, wherever, you gotta let him know. Yeah. we looking for him. I've been looking for him. I've been looking for him.
I know what that break it down.
Come on.
Break it down.
Come on. Then we need John B the next week.
Come on, John.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, John B's one of my top two, because he supported the Doo-Wop as well. So
come on,
I'm
get a little
definitely
Stephen Troop in there. You know what I mean? Turn that thing up.
Jagged Edge.
Come on, 112.
Hey,
Case.
Avant,
Donnell Jones,
Kiki.
Come on. Listen, these things, and these people still got their pipes and can still sing, and it's gonna show up for you and have a good time. So if y'all throwing like this, is what we need to start seeing this around the country, around the world.
Right.
Y'all don't gotta book the same 5 artists.
Talk this out.
Yeah, I don't gotta book the same 5 artists. You know what I mean?
That. I like that.
So, you know,
because look,
we put it out there.
Me and my man, we went to, because what you said is true, man. Book a R&B artist. We went to this, again, say no names. We went to this one party, man, and it was called R&B such and such day. And we went in there, man, and they weren't playing no R&B. And he said to me, no, it was. It was an R&B party. It was rapping bitches. I was like,
oh,
hey,
man.
I was like, damn, that's cold. He said, yeah, it was. It was rapping
It'd be
bitches.
like that sometimes.
I was like, damn.
Shit.
Hey, but yeah, let me leave that
That's
alone.
my first time hearing that.
Yeah. I've heard ribs and barbecue. Rapping bitches, though.
Rapping bitches.
Yeah.
That was what kind of R&B party was.
Okay. Make sure your party is our rhythm and blues event for the love of God. We appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
Period,
bro.
point blank. We thank you for coming, man. We know your time is precious, man. You are continuing to build and do what you do, man. We pray for as many years as you want.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? As many more years as you want and to be successful. That's what we pray God gives you, man. And we're gonna always be here to support and champion however you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, anytime, you know, we want to get back on that basketball court. And I've been out a little out of practice, but I
this guy,
I don't hoop no more.
man.
I don't hoop no more, but I feel like I still,
I've been trying to get him to come back and hoop. He
don't do that.
He stopped hooping because I got hurt.
That's exactly why I stopped hooping.
That's possible, but
I'm already back.
oh,
He back hooping. He ain't learned nothing.
Yeah, I ain't learned nothing.
He ain't learned nothing.
I'm going out the way I came in. Foolish. You hear me?
that's all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tank.
I'm J Valentine.
And this is the R&B Money Podcast, the authority on all things R&B. And we have a place, we have a home, we have a curator, we got a boss, man, headline entertainment, man. Shout out to Mike Gardner.
Yeah.